Hey yo, welcome back to the channel. I am Eric the Dudley Dog, and for today's video, continuing our countdown of the best figures of the year, I'm going to do the top 10 wrestling figures I bought this year, in the year 2025. Now take note, for this list I'll be combining both WWE and AEW figures. So both the Mattel and Jazzware figures are counted into this one. And also note, I did not get every figure I wanted to this year. There are some, like the Ultimate Edition Tiffany Stratton and Ultimate Edition Bailey, I'm still waiting to receive from Big Bad Toy Store, so they didn't make it in time for this list. Also, something that I really wanted was the AEW Willow Nightingale, but that one seems like quite hard to find now. I'm not paying some of the expensive prices from Ringside for it. And with that said, let's get right into it and start off at number 10. Starting off at number 10, we have the Jazzwares AEW Unrivaled Collection exclusive Toni Storm. That's right, at what might be the tail end of Jazzwares' contract with AEW to make AEW action figures, they finally give us a Toni Storm that's not a black and white exclusive. It's kind of like my main problem with Jazzwares doing the AEW figures is like they're so late to come out with characters that are popular. They need to stop putting out Jon Moxley and Young Bucks figures and concentrate on the up-and-coming members of the roster. But anyway, yeah, it's good to finally have a Toni Storm, a proper Toni Storm figure. She has the AEW Women's Championship as well as the shoe she can throw. Even the proportions are similar to the actual character also. And with that, Toni Storm is my timeless number 10 for the list this year. At number 9 is the SummerSlam 2025 Charlotte Flair Elite figure. There is a lot of painted and sculptured detail on this figure. Not just the sculpt of the gear, wrestling gear, but you can also see like they painted some details on her legs. The boots are colored painted. She even has painted fingernails. So yeah, overall I think this is one of the better Charlotte Flair Elite figures that ever came out. At number 8, it's the Jazzwares AEW Unmatched Series 11 Sky Blue. Another character a lot of fans have been waiting to get a figure of, and they knocked it out of the park on the first go with this one. She was over as a babyface, but when she turned heel and started doing this goth look together with Julia Hart, I think it was, that's when she really seemed to have taken off. Even willing to bleed in hardcore matches to get over. Overall, a very good likeness of the character, with the removable entrance gear as well as the tattoos on her arms for the extra details. Very good. On to the next one. At number 7, we have the Elite 119 Liv Morgan. I believe this is the first Liv Morgan in her Judgment Day gear. In this case, it's just a Dirty Dom shirt. But there's some nice details on this figure other than the shirt. You can see she's got the paint colors on her boots. Nice paint job there, her belt. They even painted the chains on the belt. She of course comes with a championship belt with the custom Liv side plates. And a nice little small detail, even her fingernails are painted. I'm not sure if you can see it, but her right hand fingernails are painted black and her left hand fingernails are painted white. So yeah, small little things like that help boost this character to get number 7 on the list. On to the next one. Coming in at number 6 is Elite 116 Jade Cargill. Her first figure in the Elite line, and they really nailed it out of the park with this one. Based on her main roster debut from the Royal Rumble in 2024, I think it was. But yeah, a lot of nice details in this one. They even got the logo on the back of her jacket right. Everything sculpted on. My only complaint is that the figure is using the rubber material for the jacket, so it doesn't make it easy to come off and put back on. But still, all the details are good enough to earn her a number 6 spot on my list. At number 5 is the only main event figure on this list. From main event series number 159, it is Wendy Chu in her evil goth gear, I guess. A lot of people are looking for the chase where she's using her babyface blue colors, but this is all I need. I really like this look on her. And thing is, this is a main event figure, but it's almost on the level of an elite, just missing a few bits of articulation, because they did a lot of extras for this. Other than the paint job of her gear, you can see they sculpted her socks and her Crocs, or her sleeping bunny slippers or whatever. There's a lot of detail there for a main event figure. She even gave her the leg brace even. So yeah, even if it is a main event figure, this is probably one of the best detailed ones they've come out with all year for me. Even though I didn't get too many main event figures this year. But this one's definitely top of that. If I had a list of main event figures, this would easily be number 1. But in my overall list, she's number 5. Coming in at number 4, it's the Jazzwares AEW shop exclusive 1 of 3,000 Mercedes Monet. This is probably as close as we're gonna get to a Supreme edition of Mercedes Monet if Jazzwares don't continue the contract with AEW to produce action figures. There really isn't much else they can improve with a Supreme figure over this one, other than normally they have some additional ring attires, or if they want they can try and give her 10 different belts. But if that Supreme figure never comes, this will be the best Mercedes Monet figure we'll ever get. And with that, let's enter the top 3 of the list. At number 3, it's the Mattel WWE Elite 115 Kairi Sane. Another very anticipated figure because the last time we got a Kairi Sane figure was 2020, I believe, in Elite 73. When she was still in NXT using the Pirate Princess gimmick. So this is her updated damage control look, I guess, from her heel turn together with Asuka. And they nailed it out of the park with this. A lot of painted details. The only thing missing is a robe. Hopefully down the line we get one more figure of her with her robe. But right now she's my number 3 female figure of the year. And coming in at number 2 is the Mattel WWE Elite 117 Naomi. Right before she turned heel, Mattel gave us this amazing figure of Naomi. I'm a sucker for green, especially neon green, and this punches all the tickets for it. A great soft goods jacket, entrance jacket, the neon green attire when she could still feel the glow before she went to caution tape. Easily one of my favorite wrestling figures of the year. But there is still one figure that takes the top spot on my list this year. And at number 1 is the Mattel WWE Elite Series 117 Rhea Ripley. Arguably one of the best figures of the year, just for the likeness alone. Some would say this is even better than the Ultimate Edition that came with the Raw ring a while back. Arguably one of the most popular wrestlers in WWE all year. And she has a figure deserving of that spot. The facial likeness is there, even all the small details like the body tattoos under her tights, everything. They're very nicely done, very good figure altogether. And my number 1 female wrestling figure of the year 2025. And there we have it. My top 10 favorite female wrestling figures of the year 2025. The outcome of this list might have been a bit different if I had received my Ultimate Edition Tiffany Stratton and Bayley figures, as well as the Willow Nightingale figure, if I was able to get that in time. They would probably be in the top 10 somewhere. Cause even Sky Blue was a last minute addition for me. Sky Blue and the Toni Storm. So what were your favorite female wrestling figures of the year? You can list them down in the comments below. These are my personal favorites and they may differ from yours, so let's hear some differing opinions if any. And with that said, thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned.